Hello everyone. Today I wanted to showcase one of my portfolio projects. It's an application that's used to type accented characters into applications. So in the global market, I interact with a lot of people, and those folks often have accented characters in their names. Now, often when you're talking back and forth, you really don't care about those accented characters, and so you kind of just omit them, or maybe you care a little bit, and so maybe you'll try to copy and paste if it's somebody that you really want to communicate with. It's important, and you want to honor that name. But it is a little bit difficult if you're using just a standard US keyboard to type these characters, and I wanted a solution to that, and I built that in Python. It is packaged with PyInstaller, so it's just a regular desktop application. And yeah, let's go ahead and just take a look at that. So when I run the application, you can see when it first starts, it'll kind of start wherever you happen to have had it last. Um, that's right in here in the center of the screen. You can move it wherever you want just by tapping and dragging on it. So if you wanted to move it into a different area of your screen, you could certainly do so, put it in the lower corner or wherever it might work best for you. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it here for now. Now, with it activated, you can see here that it says Shift to hide. And so when it first launches, you see it and you can move it. But then if you press the Shift key while you're targeting it or while it's active, it'll go ahead and hide that for you. Now, the idea behind this application is it's going to go ahead and try to target the window that you last used. Now, usually that works pretty perfectly, but occasionally it doesn't, in which case it'll copy it to the clipboard if you happen to be maybe inside some sort of like game window or something like that, and it can't quite just type the character directly for some reason because those key presses are being intercepted. But usually it just tries to go ahead and insert that character for you, and I'll go ahead and show you that to you now. The way that it works is all you have to do is press one of these characters once it activates, and it'll give you an option to kind of insert a character. So I'm going to go ahead and hit hide, and then I'm going to say something, and I'm going to stop here at the S, and let's say I wanted to insert an accented O. For some reason, I could hit the activation key. That's going to go ahead and bring this up. Now for the O's, it's kind of set up to be used with the left hand. So I'm going to hit W on the keyboard to go into the O's, and then you can see here that I have almost all of the O's, and then there's just two characters that don't do anything there. And so I can kind of select those, and then if I hit Shift just one time, it'll go to the capital versions, or the uppercase versions, sorry, of those letters. And so I can go ahead and hit A, and it's going to try to insert into the application there, and there you can see that. And I'm going to go ahead and just do it one more time, just to show you. So we'll go ahead and hit W and then A, and you can see it went ahead and put it into the application there. So we'll say some, and we'll do the E's now. So double tap and then E. Oh, I went to the U's. That's okay though. If it does happen, you can just go ahead and go back a step. That's done just by hitting the escape key. So if I were to happen to go into, say, the E's, but I really intended to go into, say, the U's, all I need to do is hit escape. It's going to bring you back one menu, and then I could go ahead and go into the U's, or I could hit escape and go back somewhere else. Now I am going for the E's here, so I'm going to hit S, and I'm going to go ahead and hit A, and that's going to bring me back here to the console window, and I'll type it in there when it targets. And that's how you can kind of go about doing things. And you get used to it. So we could do an I there, double tap again, go to D, and then we'll just say D. You can see there that I've inserted it. And so you can do these accented characters. Now, because I sometimes dealt with currencies as well, that was added to the application just to have those currency symbols. So if I go ahead and hit space here and then double tap, you can see on the F, there's actually some currency symbols. And in fact, that's actually how you can actually close the application as well. So if I hit Shift now, it's going to exit the application. Otherwise here, you can see that I have like the yen and the euro, and I really have forgotten the Russian currency symbol, but you can see some of these other symbols here that are available, and that's the project. If you like the project, feel free to give it a try. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. If you want to contact me for some other reason, or if you want to maybe add to the project, you're welcome to do so. It is on GitHub, so if you head over to my GitHub page, that's github.sethstenzel GitHub/Sethstenzel and then SpecialChars. You can go ahead and see that here. I do have a release version of that, so if you want to go ahead and just try the executable, you can go ahead and do that. There it is. You're probably going to get some sort of pop-up from Windows since it's not a signed executable that you're running something that's unknown. So obviously you're gonna have to do that at your own risk, whether you trust me or don't trust me. Maybe run it in a sandbox or something like that, or just go ahead and build it yourself. In fact, that's probably what I'd recommend if you feel nervous about running an executable that you're not quite sure about. This is just packaged with PyInstaller. There is information on how to package the application in here, and it's fairly straightforward as far as like just compiling it and running it. So that's what I'd recommend. You can also go ahead and reach out to me on my website. That's sestencil.me and then /contact if you have something you want to say to me or information you don't want to go through YouTube or something like that. You can do that. And if you have any issues or something, so if you go ahead and download it, you can come across something, feel free to go ahead and actually open up a GitHub issue if you find a bug or you don't think something is written well or you have suggestions or anything like that. All right, thank you for viewing my portfolio project here, Special Chars. I hope you have a great day.